For an NBA game to end on that bullshit call is inexcusable. Jalen Brunson comes down, ties the game, hits an amazing shot. We're tied, 103-103. Precious Achiuwa makes an amazing game from Precious Achiuwa. We'll get into Precious Achiuwa. Amazing game from Precious. Makes an amazing defensive play. Kicks it out to Holiday. Holiday takes a wild three-point shot. And for the referee to call that in that situation is absolutely ridiculous. That is absolutely insane. I posted a replay on my Knicks Nation Twitter, on X, if you guys didn't see it. I'm sure you guys have watched the game. But for that game to end that way is inexcusable. That is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Big Task, man. What's going on? Oh, man, Big Task. Tough loss, man. Tough loss. I mean, that's a terrible loss. That's a tough way to go out, man. That's a tough way to end that game, man. I mean, we'll get into the game soon, but I'm still hot and heated. And I'm still really upset right now. Big Task says bad plays add up in the end. Yeah. Tony says terrible call. For the NBA referees, whoever made that dumb call, whoever made that stupid call, it was 1 second remaining. He shot a prayer. Did he get him on the hip? I don't know. I'm looking at the replay. I don't even see contact like that. For him to make such a terrible call in that situation, considering that this game was a blood fight. This game was being called terribly all game long. The Houston Rockets shot 33 free throws tonight. The Houston Rockets shot 33 free throws tonight, and the New York Knicks shot 12. Please explain that to me. Please explain that to me. 33 free throws tonight, and the New York Knicks shot 12 free throws. And for you to make that stupid call in the end to take away such a great comeback from the New York Knicks, everyone playing well. Bogdanovic stepped up in that fourth quarter. Jalen Brunson hits a clutch fadeaway jump shot. Tie game. And for you to make that call is simply, oh my goodness. I wonder how can that referee sleep right now? How can that referee sleep? I wonder what the last 2-minute report is going to say. For him to make that dumb call in that situation, late game situation, you are going to make a call in the final second of the game. That is terrible. That is terrible. Big Task says, I'm sad. Tony says, what a terrible call. Chris in the chat, PR, says, terrible call, and Holiday kicked his leg out too. Thank you. Holiday did kick his leg out too, and he pushed his hip out to Jalen Brunson. I didn't even see contact. Mike Breen said he didn't see contact. Wally Zerbiak said he didn't see contact. Joel, what's going on? I am generally sad. Cam says, Ant, bro, them damn rest, man, shaking my head. Already having a bad day, and the Knicks lose three straight losses now for the New York Knicks. I'm just in awe, man. I mean, look, that fourth quarter was such a great comeback for the squad, man. That fourth quarter was such a great comeback from the squad. We lost Dante DiVincenzo to a hamstring injury. I don't know the severity of that. Hopefully we can get an update on Dante. But that fourth quarter, I mean, Bogdanovic stepped up in that fourth quarter, 15 points for Bogdan in that fourth quarter. And Alec Burks had a big three late to cut it to 2, and then that's when led to Jalen Brunson hitting a fadeaway jump shot. Precious Achiuwa with an amazing game tonight. 8 points, 17 rebounds. His defense as well. His defense stepped up for this team. For the referees to take away this game from the New York Knicks like that is malpractice, man. It's malpractice. It's malpractice. Drew reviews music, says Alan Hahn is going off on the officials right now. He should. He should. That's ridiculous, man. For them to call this 1 second remaining, not even 1 second, a little less than 1 second remaining, for them to call that foul on Jalen Brunson after Jalen Brunson was getting whacked all night long, no calls. Josh Hart was getting whacked all night long, no calls. Josh Hart literally got hit in the head, I think, end of the third quarter, no call. And then for them to call that ticky-tack foul at the end of the game there, how can you justify that? How can you justify that if you're an NBA referee? I mean, I hate to blame the referees. I'm the last person to do so, but that was such an egregious call in that situation. You just can't end the game like that, especially off of a great defensive possession by Precious Achiuwa. A Hail Mary 3 by a Holiday, and you're gonna call a little hip contact call? Come on now. Come on now. Oh, man. PR says can't afford any more of these injuries. Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about the Dante injury. Third quarter, hurt his hamstring, actually called out of the game. Played the entire third and was going to play the entire fourth. I don't understand why he was playing that much. You know, you have Alec Burks in here for a reason. Now we have to worry about the Dante situation, how the severity of that. Thank God for the All-Star break. Thank God for the All-Star break, because we just can't. We just hit like a massive injury bug at this moment. Dainty, what's going on? They just hate to see the New York Knicks prosper. Say it again. Say it again. Cam says Thibs not putting Deuce on Holiday after he got 7 straight is wild to me. Yeah, I mean, look, Holiday was making some tough shots, but I can't fault Thibs. I mean, the first unit got the Knicks back in the game in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, Burke stepped up and Bogdanovich stepped up. This is, oh, man, I'm just so, like, it's for the NBA referees to just take that away, man. It's BS. It's BS, man. It's simply, I can't describe it, man. I mean, this had a great comeback written all over it, and Jalen Brunson with the amazing clutch basket to end the game. Should have, extended into overtime, and who knows? After that, it's all up for grabs at that point. But for the NBA referees to call that in that situation is absolutely ridiculous and absolutely insane, man. I just cannot believe he made that stupid call. I cannot believe he made that call in that situation. A little less than a second left and he makes that call. I honestly can't believe it. I honestly can't believe it. Just Nick says this is BS. It is. It is. Drew says the amount of times Precious doesn't get fouls called on him is insane. He got fouled at least 6 times this game and didn't get a call. Nasty work for the NBA referees. Precious Achiuwa has been playing his ass off for the better part of like 3 weeks now. Ever since he got traded here. Tonight, another great game out of Precious. Great defensive stop at the end of the game. And for the NBA referees to end that in that situation, Precious Achiuwa had 9 offensive rebounds tonight, 17 boards, 3 blocks, only 4 foul calls on him. I mean, I'm just looking at these free throws. The Knicks shot 12 free throws, right? And the Houston Rockets shot 33. How is that justifiable? How is that justifiable, man? It's unheard of, man. It's unheard of. The S550, what's going on? What a messed up ending. Jalen Brunson was hot going after the referees. His dad was holding him back. Rick Brunson was trying to hold him back. And for good reason. And for good reason. Like, I'm going to say it again. How are you going to make that call in that situation of the game? How are you going to make that call in that situation of the game? Ace that ninja, we got robbed. I'm really getting sick of these stupid, sorry refs. It is getting ridiculous. What's going on, Ace, man? I mean, I'm hot and heavy right now. I'm heated. I'm trying to calm down, but we'll get into the game in a little bit. But I mean, it's just, 3 straight losses now for the Knicks. We got one more game, the Orlando Magic, on Wednesday before the All-Star break, and then we have like a week and a half off. Hopefully, we're dealing with a bunch of injuries right now. That's what makes it even more frustrating is that, Dante went down tonight. Our 3-point sniper went down tonight, and we can't afford to lose him too. But, anyone got an update on Dante? I haven't refreshed Twitter, so I can't see what's going on Twitter, but it's absolutely it's ridiculous. Kendrick Perkins just tweeted the officials just messed up a good ass basketball game. That was a BS call on Brunson at the end of the Knicks and Rockets game. That is from Kendrick Perkins. Tim Bontemps might be the worst call of all time from Tim Bontemps. Here we go. Might be the worst call of all time. Kendrick Perkins, the officials just messed up a good-ass basketball game. That was a BS call on Brunson. Brunson Muse, shout out to you. I want you to hide your face if you're ever in New York City. Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh. How do you call this? How do you call this? Are we like living in a Twilight Zone right now? How do you call this? Drew, Rest definitely bet the spread on the Rockets and money line in this game. I wouldn't be surprised, man. I would not be surprised. S550. Not surprised Houston got 30-plus free throw opportunities tonight. Damn, man. What's going on? Yep. I mean, I'll show it to you again. Look at Brunson. Right now. Look at Brunson. Going after the refs. Burks is trying to hold him back. Tom Thibodeau is heated. You got to be effing kidding me. Are you kidding me right now? That game was thrown. That game was stolen. Stolen. I'm going to look at this replay again. Even Mike Breen was like, how do you call this? How do you call this right now? Guys, it's crazy. It's crazy. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is at this point. I mean, everyone on Twitter is going off about the referees, and for good reason. They should be absolutely, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Do they get taken into the league office? Do they get reprimanded? Do they get fined? Do they get games taken away from them? I don't understand. I don't understand. It happens in football too. It happens in all major sports. But I just don't understand how a call like that can end a game. And I know it's a regular season game. Imagine if this happened in the playoffs. Just imagine if this happened in a playoff game. Let me calm down. Dame says we're playing 5 Rocket players plus the refs and we undermanned. Can't make this up. You can't. And you can't make up the free throw disparity. 33 free throws for the Houston Rockets. 12 for the New York Knicks. 33 free throws for the Houston Rockets and 12 for the New York Knicks. You took away a game from the New York Knicks. I don't want to, it's frustrating. It's a bunch of it's horseshit. It is what it is, man. It's horseshit. Just Nick says refs are cheeks. Joel, man, says Knicks, we are in danger of being a low seed. We need all of our players back ASAP. Look, man, I mean, shout out to the guys tonight, man. I know we're shorthanded right now. I know we're down our troops, but, like Jalen Brunson said, after that Pacers game, no more excuses. So I'm trying not to go down that route again. But, when we got Precious stepping up like he is, Jericho Sims stepping up like he is, Brunson had a bad first half, but in that fourth quarter, hit that tough shot in the fourth quarter. DiVincenzo has been a dog for us. 5 of 14 from 3 from DiVincenzo. And Bogdanovich and Burks didn't really do anything in the first half, third quarter, fourth quarter. They stepped up. Bogdanovich, 15 points, 4 rebounds, hit a couple of big shots in that fourth quarter, so we can use that as a confidence booster. Burks hit a big shot, 1 of 8 from Burks, but, we see what we're getting out of these guys. Offensive power. Defense is another issue, but, we brought in these guys for offense. And when OG Anunoby comes back, that's who they're going to play with, OG Anunoby. So, and Hartenstein and, sprinkling Mitch in there. But, yeah, man. Drew says, Adam Silver is soft and he never holds anyone accountable. Sadly, David Stern isn't the commissioner anymore. This league was so much better back then. Yeah, I mean, scrolling through Twitter, guys, and it is an absolute, people can't believe it. Like, people can't believe it. I can't believe that. Look at this tweet by Kendrick. BS. See if we can get an update on Dante DiVincenzo. Ben Stiller, at NBA official. How are you going to deal with the Houston Knicks' awful call? Brunson getting fouled the entire game by Brooks and then no call. Call to end of the game and take it out of the player's hands. Brunson is an all-star, and that was not a foul in this game. That's another thing. Jalen Brunson does not get all-star calls at all. Jalen Brunson does not get any calls. He doesn't get the all-star calls. We've seen this with Julius Randle as well. And look, man. Tom Thibodeau on if he thought the foul was on Jalen Brunson, quote, you saw it. Dibs on what he thought of the officiating tonight. It was great. Period. Great. Tom Thibodeau was hot, man. Tom Thibodeau was hot and heavy. That's an absolute terrible miscall from the NBA referees, and the crew should be ashamed of themselves. And look, I mean, I'm upset, guys. I'm upset, but I'm trying to calm down. It is what it is at this moment, and MPC says, I love Thibs, but his play style and philosophy will be our downfall. Now Dante is injured too. Look, man, I mean, you got to ride the guys. I get it. Like, but Dante was look, that the first unit was playing, got us back in the game in that third quarter. And would I have liked to see Dante come out earlier? Yes, for Burks. That's why he brought those guys in here. But I get Tom Thibodeau trying to ride the momentum, and I get him probably looking at the All-Star break saying, like, look, All-Star break is coming up. These guys can rest up. But that's the chance you take but when you're playing these guys 40-plus minutes, and they're going to get, I mean, hamstrings start to, like, I mean, now it's a hamstring injury for Dante DiVincenzo. We don't know the severity of that, but that's essentially why the New York Knicks went out and got reinforcements at the trading deadline, because of all their injuries that they have at this moment, all the injuries that they have at this moment. And now Dante, NPC says, what's this ref name? I'm going to find them. Yeah, I mean, it's just, how do you call that in the last second of the game? Not even 1 second remaining, a little hip bump after this game was being called so terribly all game long. I keep going back to it. I keep trying to wrap my mind about what the referee was thinking in that moment, especially after your all-star superstar Jalen Brunson hits a beautiful splash game-tying shot to go in. Precious doing his thing, dominating, and yeah. Yeah, guys, I mean, it stinks, man. Robert says, are these high school refs? I am so tight. I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain. I feel all you guys' pain in here. I really do. I really do, man. But look, guys stepped up tonight, man. Third quarter, fourth quarter, guys stepped up, and hopefully, Bogdanovich and Burks can build off of this. And, we got the Magic. It's going to be another tough opponent. They got a heck of a front court in Orlando. So, look, game's over, right? Let's take a step back. The game's over. And the Knicks have now lost 3 in a row. So they lost to the Magic, lost to the Pacers, lost to the Rockets. They lost 3 in a row, and they got one more game until the All-Star break. And this game was, like the New York Knicks weren't playing well at all in that first half. Third quarter, something clicked, got it down to 2, tied the game there. Fourth quarter, Dillon Brooks, man. I mean, this guy, he's not 6 of 7 from 3 tonight from Dillon Brooks. I mean, I don't understand why Dillon Brooks is. First of all, he was going back and forth for Brunson early on in the game, and he 6 of 7 from 3 from Dillon Brooks, a man that was being left open in the playoffs, couldn't hit the side of up the barn. And tonight, 6 of 7 from 3, and he kept hitting dagger after dagger after dagger. Knicks would come back, he would hit a 3. Knicks would come back, he would hit a 3. But hey, man, keep going back to these free throws, man. 33 free throw attempts for the Rockets, guys. 33 free throw attempts for the Rockets. And it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So, look, I mean, McBride didn't play the second half. I have a whole bunch of notes here that I was going to go down that I'll probably skim through right now. But the way this game ended was absolutely terrible. And I don't Josh Hart. I mean, we haven't even touched on Josh Hart tonight. I mean, this was one of his best games of the season. I thought Josh Hart really played well. Was hitting his threes tonight for the New York Knicks. 3 of 5 from 3 from Josh Hart tonight. 7-11 from the field. Efficient. 10 rebounds. 5 assists. 17 points. 42 minutes. Another 42-minute point game from Josh Hart. And look, I mean, stinks, man. It stinks because this Rocket team was down a bunch of players, but you know it's Knicks are down a bunch of players as well. And when you have Sims and Achua stepping up like they did, and we miss Sims because we saw what Sims can do, getting those loose balls, those offensive rebounds. But it's a shame. It's a shame. It is a shame. S550 says everybody is a three-point god against us lately. I just can't believe Brooks shot 6 of 7 from 3 tonight. I can't believe that. But he did. Drew, what's going on? Says, I just hope once everyone gets healthy, we wreak havoc in the entire league. Like Jalen Brunson said, I mean, it's like a broken record. I sound like a broken record. But yeah, we got to get people healthy because Taj Gibson should be enjoying his life in retirement right now. He should be enjoying his life in retirement. Instead, he's playing for, a depleted Knicks team due to injuries. And it's rough out here for Taj because I feel bad, saying anything negative on Taj Gibson. But he should be enjoying his life. He should be like on vacation right now, just, enjoying his life. But instead, he's playing minutes for us. And, it's rough out there for Taj, man. And then it stinks. PR says a lot of those big threes by Brooks were wide open. Were wide open through off double. Yeah, they were open, but he was hitting some tough corner ones too. Like in that fourth quarter, he hit a fadeaway corner 3 that was contested, and I was like, come on now. It sucks we need a double bigs due to lack of size at the moment. Yeah, I mean, lack of size at the moment. We're missing Randall, Hartenstein. You guys know who we're missing. Everybody. And Taj Gibson being thrown out there to the Wolves, he should be enjoying retirement. And I'm trying to refrain myself from he's on the back nine, he should be coaching, but it's just, he brings that veteran leadership I get, but it's when he's in the game, it's defense takes a step back. It does, man. It takes a step back. And, that first half was brutal. I mean, Dante with 16 first half points tonight. We have an update on Dante. Did they say anything about Dante? Let me see if they said anything about Dante. But yeah, man, absolutely blown game by the NBA referees. The New York Knicks got cheated. The New York Knicks got cheated out of a victory. You rob a good player in Jalen Brunson from hitting that game-time shot. Probably would have took over in that overtime. Who knows? But this game was absolutely taken from us. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. I'm upset. I'm still upset, man. I can't believe this, man. I keep looking at this replay. I have the replay on my other screen. And I'm trying not to look at it. But it is so egregious the way they call this. Brunson goes straight up. And he barely nudges him. And you call a foul call. Wow. Nice says great loss. Absolutely unbelievable. No update on Dante per Fred Katz 7 minutes ago. Yeah, I mean, look, if Dante is out, I mean, thank God for this All-Star break. We need this All-Star break, man. We need this All-Star break, and it couldn't have come at a like. I get the 3-game losing streak. But I'm seeing some good things still, and we're still down a bunch of players. So I'm trying not to use that as an excuse, but it is what it is. It's the reality of the situation. And I saw a bunch of people on Twitter saying, pretty much poo-pooing the trade for Burks and Bogdanovich in that first half. You're essentially not seeing the full Knicks team. They're out there with Taj Gibson and Sims and McBride. No shade to those guys, but a fully healthy Knicks team, they're not going to be out there with those guys. So we're dealt these hands at this moment, and to end tonight, February 12th, on that absolutely ridiculous call, it's a shame. It's a shame. And it's a shame, man. I don't even think how I can sleep tonight. Nice says, Knicks ain't get... Okay, here we go. Knicks ain't get cheated. We play with our food for too long. Can't do that. Besides that, it's a great way for them to wake up and not do it again. I disagree, Nice. I disagree. How can you tell me? How can you look at that call and say that's a foul? Number one. Game should be over. We're going into overtime. Whether the Houston Rockets take it from us in overtime, cool. Take it from us in overtime. But the momentum was shifting towards the Knicks after Brunson hit that shot. And the Knicks are not playing with their food like you stated. I mean, they're being dealt a crap ton of injuries. And you have 2 new players that come in here, just got in here last week, still learning the playbook. I know OG, when he came in here, fit like a glove. But, it's when you have these guys coming in off the bench still, and we're seeing good things out of them. We saw what Bogdanovich can do tonight. So I disagree with that, man. I mean, how can you see that call and be like, and say we didn't get cheated? Yeah, we're seeing everyone on Twitter saying it was an absolutely disgraceful call, and it was. Shame on the NBA referee, shame on the NBA. And what the crappy thing is, we didn't have any challenges. Yeah, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, man. BS. No update on Dante DiVincenzo. And that's what we have to deal with right now, guys. 3 straight losses now. Orlando on Wednesday. Hartenstein is still day-to-day. No update on Dante DiVincenzo. Jalen Brunson with a heck of a shot to close out the regulation. Alec Burks, we saw what he can do in that fourth. Hit a big shot. I mean, he had one field goal attempt, but Bogdanovich played good. Precious Achiuwa, can't say good enough things about him. Josh Hart with an amazing game. Dante with a good game until he got hurt. No McBride in that second half. I wrote that down as well. No McBride in that second half. So, yeah, man. Nice says, regardless, when you mention the foul, you have a point, but there is no excuse to be behind the entire game. On the road, it's always tough. Playing in Houston. Houston's a good road team. I think they're 19-5 in Houston. A good home team. They're 19-5 in Houston. It's always tough to win these games on the road, no matter who the opponent is. And especially when you're playing Taj Gibson a bunch of minutes and you have the new guys trying to get in. I sound like I'm making excuses, but we should have won this game. And the NBA referees took it from us. So ridiculous, guys. Absolutely ridiculous. And look, shout out to the guys and shout out to the squad. I'm sure they're heated right now. I'm sure they're on the phones with the league office and trying to get things situated. But we got robbed. That's the bottom line. That's the monologue. We got robbed. And I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I'm upset. I'm upset. I'm upset. A says it's not just this game. We are going to get holed. We are going to get holed by the refs this whole season. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Guys, the game's over. Game is over. Nice says, in other words, we need to get out of our mood of showing fire the last 2 quarters of leave it to the refs. It would never work out. You're right. And There was some things we could work on tonight. I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot of things we could work on tonight. I mean, first half, Brunson was 7 points, 3 turnovers in that first half. And first half, the Knicks were laboring. They were struggling. They were laboring. Looked like they were lacking energy. Nothing was going well in that first half. Brunson started 0 of 5 in that first quarter. Burks was bad in that first half. Turnovers for Alec Burks, but they weathered the storm. That's why these games are 4 quarters. You play every quarter, every minute counts. Third quarter, they came out swinging. Fourth quarter, they came out swinging. Tie game, boom, foul, game over. It is what it is. We got Orlando on Wednesday. I'll be back versus Orlando. I'm still upset. Don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight. I appreciate every single one of you in the chat. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'll be back on Wednesday. Oh, man. NBA referees, you should be ashamed of yourself. I'm Anthony from Knicks Nation. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.